Hi, I'm Rachel Whitefield, certified life coach, and with me is our resident breakup bestie, Jackie Black. Thank you so much for joining us on another fabulous episode of Whiskey Bent
Spellbound with Black.
and Whitefield.
All right, Rachel. We
hmm
we're actually on part two. We are already drinking. I have Maker's Mark. Quickly, what do you have?
I have Woodinville straight bourbon whiskey
I
from
love it.
Woodinville, Washington,
Yes,
and we we're already a couple. We're already a drink in, and this is part two of You're Dead to Me.
you're dead to me. So you know what? Clinkies, Rach.
Clinks.
Let's get into it.
Mm. I'm so glad you asked. Okay, so for our longtime listeners, they know that I have been dating a gentleman that we have been calling Deadpool on the podcast.
That's correct.
And we have been dating in total like about a year and a half, but we did break up for like a couple of months in like last December we broke up. And then in January we reconnected like a 6 weeks later, and then kind of casually dating. And then around the time of my birthday in April, I was like, okay, yeah, we're back together. And then the end of June, we broke up as we were recording this on the 4th of July. Um, so where to fucking begin?
I mean, let's do a quick recap.
Okay.
You had guys had been together for a while, and there was a dramatic breakup, which we definitely covered in the Patreon. But most people don't
Yes.
know that there was a dramatic breakup because I was visiting with my then boyfriend. The one time I decide to get into a committed relationship, we visit each other,
Mhm.
and our boyfriends get into a literal fight. It's
Of
an
physical altercation. There is pushing.
altercation.
There is no
Yes.
punching, but there is pushing. And
Yeah.
then, which led to be like, you embarrassed me.
Right.
I cannot have that sort of energy or anger in my life around
Right.
here. And I was like, I thought we could work through it, but then he was just like, she's gonna break up with me, so I better dump her. And then like just like, and we had just moved in together. Like
Yeah.
he literally just had clothes here, that's fine. But he was just packing up his shit. And I was like, if you leave, you can't come back. And I had to stand on business at that time. And so it was really hard, but I also felt like we had a lot of unfinished business, unresolved stuff. And so I think that's why we ended up like talking and then like reconnecting because I did really love
He
this
was,
person.
and he was pretty genuine, quote unquote, with what
hmm
he was saying to you when he was coming back, right? Like he was
Correct.
doing, from what you could see, the
hmm He said that he had put himself into therapy and was working through like these abandonment issues from his childhood and why he did what he did. And then I also said, while you are at it, I do believe that you should reevaluate your relationship with alcohol. And he said that is very fair. And so, and he just switched from whiskey to vodka and he didn't drink any less. So, but
that's not actually helpful.
no.
As
Um,
a whiskey girl who recently started drinking only vodka when I go out with people, I can confirm you get just as drunk.
mhm.
It
And then
does
you
not
hear
help.
that like different alcohols affect people differently. And I very much enjoy vodka. I love a vodka cran on a summer day.
Me
Now,
too.
I love a little
Yes.
Cape Cod. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, cool. I can drink this now too with you or what have you. But in our first relationship, I was the communications specialist for the NASA web modernization team. I had a really good job. I have my own apartment. Like I'm buying a puppy. Like my life is great.
We went to
And
Disneyland.
we went to Disneyland. I made this girl right here, she makes her own money.
You literally do not need a
Um,
second income. You
no.
are the two income household.
Yes.
Genuinely.
Yes. Yes.
Genuinely.
And like since then, I've gone back to picking up a couple of nail clients. I'm just like in my best financial life at this point.
Yeah.
And, but he was only door dashing. And I know he was just trying to make ends meet. And so when we broke up and started, when you are reconnecting with someone and you feel that they are doing doing the things right, saying the right things, but also you think they're coming from the right place. Like he put himself in therapy. I did not tell him to go to therapy. He said, I knew I needed this. I saw that and I put myself into therapy. And I was like, excellent. That is a great thing. And we would talk about what he talked about in therapy a little bit, but that's more of a private thing. And so he was like, yeah, I have therapy today. So he was still in it after we got back together. He didn't stop therapy. That was great. But I also, when you lay it all out on the table with someone to be like, this was what really bothered me or something, I would say, like, I didn't financially trust you. I was paying for everything. When we went to the ballet, the suit on your back I bought.
It just felt like he was using you
Yeah,
for a different life than he had.
I love going out to dinner. I would be the ones paying for that date. But I'm also a very generous person with my friends. And like when we go out or me and Dr. Bestie go out, I was like, someone pays, so the other person pays, we split it 50-50. Like no one keeps track because we love each other and it doesn't matter. Like,
It
okay.
literally doesn't matter. Yeah.
And I,
One of it, we will get into a credit card roulette
mm-hmm,
when we go out.
yeah,
It's like we throw them in and whoever they pick it up,
pick,
whoever picks it up gets
mm-hmm,
gets the tab because all three of us know
mm-hmm,
that we are all good to
yeah.
be in
Mhm.
this space.
Exactly. And I like going out and going to fancy restaurants and stuff. So
Yes.
it's just like if I want my partner to go with me, then I'm the one that has to pay for it. But I am a success because of the generosity of other people.
Right.
I got to live with my sister rent free for 3 years after my divorce. I got to go to school. I have rebuilt my life through hard work, but also because other people have helped me. And I also, when someone is down on their luck, or it was kind of verbiage like, oh yeah, like COVID and, everything really couldn't really find a job or anything. And I was like, okay, you're just trying to make it work. I Ubered when I was going to school to
Yep.
make ends meet. And I was like, okay, cool. But I
I've
want to go do these
DoorDashed.
things. What's
I've
that?
DoorDashed.
Yeah,
I've
DoorDash.
DoorDashed.
Yeah, totally get it.
Yeah.
I
I need
understand a
to pay
side
off a
hustle.
bill. I go in DoorDash.
Hmm. Yeah, totally fine. And I didn't really see this as like a red flag or anything, but I was just like, oh, but I also was just like, hey, we're just like monogamous sexy time friends. That turned into a relationship. But I truly did like grow to love this person and loved being in a relationship with this person. And when we broke up that first time, I did sincerely miss him and it was hard. Um, and so I was really happy when we got back together. That was my choice. I felt like I was vetting him. And and then on those conversations that you put all your cards on the table to be like, I didn't like this about our past relationship. I would like this to change. Is this something that is you can accommodate moving forward to be with me? Yes, no, maybe so. Yep, you got it. And told him that I was like, I do not financially trust you. And
Come up.
I think it was just kind of like, hey, if we're gonna go down this road, I don't want to kind of have this in the back of my mind where I feel like it's really unfair. And again, I am about being fair and equitable, but I just don't want it to be taken for granted that I will pay for everything. I would slip this man my credit card under the table so he would look like he would pay for it. Like when we're out in a group of people.
I am shocked by this. And this is a good moment to just take a beat
Hmm.
so that our listeners can understand that that action is financial abuse. Um, it is not only degrading to you,
Hmm.
but it's like one of those red flags that if you don't know to look for it when it comes to like financial abuse,
Hmm.
then you don't know that it is a red flag.
Correct. I
Okay.
didn't clock it because I've been treated pretty well by all my relationships and they may not have lasted very long. So it's like this covert abuse. I do not clock well.
Yeah, you don't
I don't.
recognize it. And that's how they get you, is when you don't recognize it. Um to when I hear that, and I've heard that from women before. I slip him my de- I think I did it once with my ex-husband, handed
Hmm.
him my debit card and
Hmm.
said, just pay with this. And at the time you think in your head, you're like, yeah, this is a partnership. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Hmm.
Like, I'm just gonna give him my card. And you sort of you make an excuse for it, like, oh, I don't want to bring my purse.
Hmm.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Hold
oh,
my
I just don't.
cards and my lip gloss.
Yeah, exactly. I'm bringing lip gloss and candy, but
Hmm.
then you had to bring your card, so give it to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you rationalize it in your head.
Yeah.
And what it really is just you being you. Like, if a real man,
Hmm.
if you would have handed him your debit card, would have said, why are you handing me this? We're going out to like, eh, I, yeah, real men would never allow you to hand them their debit card. They would find something wrong with that, which you know now.
Yeah.
So, but you just did not see that red
I
flag.
didn't know. And again, to be fair and equitable, the life that I want to live, like my independence, came from my financial independence. Like, oh yeah, like I can pay for that. Like, let's go, whatever. But again, like say someone makes $100,000 and then your partner makes $50,000. And if you both pay 50-50 for rent in a relationship, that is not fair or equitable, you know, because it's costs more for the person with
Sure.
$50,000.
I
Totally fine.
agree. I
Totally
agree with
fine.
that. But
I was
what's
fine, but
but
again, I was paying for everything.
but yeah, that's what I was just
Mhm.
gonna say. But what's not fair is when that person that has $50,000 agrees to pay for their 20% and
Mhm.
then is like, I'll get you next time.
Yes. So when we decided, okay, we're going to go back down this road, I said, I do not trust you financially. And he was like, when you told me that, that was really fucked up. But then I sat in it and the uncomfortableness of that. And he was like, I cannot refute that. She is not wrong. And he said, I know this is important to you and I'm going to step up. So he got a job like working security at Target, totally fine. He knew that if he wanted to keep
But it
me,
was a
he needed
stable
a
job
stable job.
with
Hmm.
benefits. Like,
Yep.
you were very big on that.
401k.
Like, it
Yeah,
didn't
great.
matter what he was making.
Mm-mm.
What mattered is that he was providing financial stability in the team.
Yes.
Like, because we don't necessarily, like, if we're going to join as a partnership,
Hmm.
necessarily going to always make
Yeah.
the greater amount.
And we had agreed, like, because we had talked about living together, that we will not live together until we can live in a place that we're both comfortable with and we can both contribute equally to the rent.
Right.
And I was like, cool, that's excellent. I think we both agree with that and it's fine.
When you guys got back together.
Yeah. So I was like, we're not going to live together. That's not what we want. We're going to take it really slow. We're really going to like come back. But like, I like to go to fancy dinner, a fancy night out on the town. I wanted to go to the ballet. I said, I'm going to buy these ballet tickets. And he says, I will buy fancy dinner and drinks at the ballet. Okay. He did. He didn't bat an eye when he picked up that check. And I was like, okay, things are changing. I like
Yay.
it. Yep.
Love this.
And so then one of my besties is getting
Wait. Did he also end up picking up drinks at the ballet?
I think so. Maybe not.
Just
I don't know. I like that. Like I had drinks at dinner and then drinks at the ballet. So I don't. I think that we might have split that at the ballet. I do not sincerely remember,
okay.
but he held up his end of the bargain and he bought fancy dinner.
Good.
And I bought the most expensive thing on the menu. And he was just like, okay. And I said, okay, like, thank you for saving up for that, what have you. Um, so then my bestie is getting one of my besties and the tier of besties we know
Yeah.
is getting married in California.
Yes, we love
And
her.
we love Lolo.
She's a
And
sister from another mister. We love Lolo. She's our
yes,
fellow Disney sis. We love her.
yes.
Shout out Lolo.
Shout out Lolo.
As she should, because she's a queen. And
Absolutely,
you're
queen.
gonna go to that wedding because it's gonna
Yep.
be gorge and she's gonna look gorge. And she did.
Yes. Yes. So Lolo, she wanted to keep her wedding small. And I said, can I get a plus one? She's like, no, I just want to keep it small. So I was like, hey, Deadpool, if you were, I'm going to go to California, but I also want to like tack on a Disneyland trip to this vacation. Because if I'm going to go to California, I'm going to make it worth it, right? We're going to
Yes.
spend a whole week there, 7 days in California. And he's like, okay. So I use my credit card for everything for airline miles. I said, you don't have to worry about airline miles. I have so many airline miles. You don't have to worry about that. And I said, the rental car, you don't have to worry about because the first half of this vacation for the wedding, you don't have to pay for. I was going to do it anyways.
Right.
I was going to go to California. I was going to rent a car. I was going to go see my father's grave. I was going like all these things I was going to do anyways. Like if you just want to like pay for your portion of Disneyland, pay for your portion of Disneyland. So if you and anyone who's a Disney adult knows that Disney really adds up. And I said, you need to pay me $1,000 to go to Disneyland because that 3 day park hopper is $600.
Literally, if you told me I need to pay a G to go to Disneyland with you,
Everything else is paid for.
immediately in your account,
Hmm.
$1,000. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. Hell
Because
yes.
again, what is fair and equitable? And I had saved up for this vacation. I have my tax return. I was like, I got the cash on hand to go to
Yes.
this, to have a really nice vacation.
Yes.
And so, because like if I was just gonna fly out, get the rental car, do whatever, and come back, I was like, I was gonna pay for that anyways. But I was like, I want to go to Disneyland, and I want to go to Disneyland with my mans. And I said, $1,000.
Dude,
I will take care of everything else. Just $1,000.
I have a commercial break about Disneyland.
Okay.
I went to Disneyland with my mans and then broke up shortly after.
You did. Because
Short.
Disneyland's for the girls. That's what we know now.
Oh, no, we know. No boys allowed.
No
No
boys allowed.
free dates. No, like we're not doing that. No, you're not. I'm not going to Disneyland with no man.
No.
Well, I'll go with Sledgehammer. We love him.
Yeah.
But anyways, but that's
You're
that's what
that
happened.
that's a really good pattern recognition right there.
Oh my
Yes.
God. The
Yes.
ADHD, that's what it is.
ADHD. I love it.
Disneyland is going to take the toxic man out of your life.
Disney adults only. So
That's right.
I told him I'll pay for this vacation. Like the part for the wedding that he was not invited to, I was like, you don't have to pay for that part. That's what I would be doing anyways. I've
Okay.
already paid for the rental car. I've already paid for the hotel. Totally fine. But you just get to piggyback on that part that I was going to pay.
Yeah.
But the part that you have to pay for is Disneyland, $1,000 plus any spending money that you want. And at that point, he was working at Target, and I said, you should probably DoorDash to
Yeah,
like
for the extra
stack your
money.
spending money to have. And he said, that's a great idea. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He doesn't. So he's just working for $20 an hour at Target. Totally fine. Totally fine. He's living off it. It's great, you know. And then he does not like his boss or his new position. So he says, I can make just as much money door dashing. So I'm going to quit Target and I'm going to go back to just door dashing exclusively. And I was like, okay, well, if you can make the same as DoorDash, then don't put up with the stress, but also don't make a decision like out of like emotion. Like think about it. And he was like, "No, no, I'm going to do it. It'll
And this
totally
is
be fine."
this is immediately after
This is
your
this is before we
right
went to
before.
Disneyland. Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what?
Hmm.
I bet he didn't have the PTO. I bet he didn't have the days off. He works at
He
Target.
said he did,
Yeah, well,
but whatever. He also said he had an engagement ring for me, which I do not believe he bought.
bullshit. No, no,
Yeah.
he's been
How's a
so
broke
full of
man
shit
gonna
this
pay for
entire.
that big ass diamond that I want? Get
How's
the
a
fuck out of
broke
here.
man working at Target gonna take a week off, Rachel?
Yeah. So he is not getting extra money from door dashing to go to Target. Then, and he would only really DoorDash in the mornings. And I'm like, how much are you making like delivering coffees for people? Like, and he would stop because he's like, yeah, it was dead out there. And I was like, okay, so you're gonna go back out
Yeah,
tonight?
because
Like,
it's 2 in the afternoon.
yeah.
That's why it's
And
dead.
sometimes he would take my car because he's like, oh, you have
Okay.
XM. He's like, you have
Okay.
XM radio. And I was like, bullshit, I have an AC and you do not.
Hold on.
Hmm.
You slid him your debit card so that he could pay for the date. And and Rachel, he was trying to use your car
Hmm.
to DoorDash.
Because he would go in the
That
morning
is
and I would still be
literally the
asleep.
yeah, that is literally the equivalent of letting your boyfriend use your car all day
Hmm.
after he drops you off at work.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the
That's exactly
equivalent.
right. Hmm. He
Oh
would
my
put
God.
fuel in it, but that's still miles. That's still wear and
Dear
tear.
Deadpool, because I know you're fucking watching. You're a hobo sexual. You
Hmm.
fucking homeless piece of shit. Continue.
So then before we leave the place he's staying at, he's staying with this couple uh and they say like and he's staying with his friend and his friend's partner. And it's his friend is like, "Oh, you don't have to pay rent. We'll work with you. It's totally fine." And I was like, "Okay, you don't even have to pay rent. Perfect." So he does pay me installments of $400 here, $400 there. He has now paid me $800 before. And I said, "You need to pay me before we go to Disneyland." And he has paid me at that point $800. And I was like, okay, like he's going to do it. But there's a part of me that's like, he won't have it. So, like the week before we go to Disneyland, he was like, "Hey, can I pay you the remaining $200 when we get back?" And it's like the 11th hour. And I was like, fine, whatever. Like, let's just go on this vacation. So I
Because
was
what are
kind of,
you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Are
what are
you
you
gonna
going
say
to do? Tickets
no?
already bought, airplane tickets
Everything's
already bought,
already done, and
everything's already paid for.
you literally just want to go and have a good time
I
at
want to have
this
a
point.
good time.
You're
Hmm.
so excited about Disney. We have been up until this point
Hmm.
messaging each other about the 70th anniversary merch. And
Merch.
at this point, you're just like, I just need to get to Disney. Whatever the fuck you want to do is whatever you want to do. Just let's go. We're going to Disney.
I it's a busy time at work. I need a vacation. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm so excited about this. It's just so good. And so he's like, "I'll pay you the remainder $200 when I get like my final check from Target." I said, "Okay. Okay." And so we go, we're having a great vacation. Like we're spending like he stayed here a couple of days before because he was just like, "I don't want to stay at my place." So he stayed with me like a few days before. And then we go to Disneyland. And for me, I'm like, I'm not sick of this person at all. I'm not like,
The
I'm,
best
yeah,
way.
it's with your boyfriend. I'm not sick of him. It's great. We go to California. We go to my father's grave site. He said, "I will need a moment alone with your father." And I said, okay. And he wanted to ask for my father's blessing uh, uh, mar to ask to marry me. And he asked my dad to like give him a sign, which he got.
Did, did you hear my eyeballs hit the back of my head when
Yeah.
you said that?
But the point is, this is really pivotal to the point of the story I will get to in a bit. But he went to my father's graveside to ask for my father's blessing to marry me. Right. Okay. So, and I was like, okay,
That's why my eyes are rolling, Rachel.
yeah,
That's literally why.
yeah. So we then like we go to Disneyland. We're having a great time, 3 day park hopper. I know how to do it. Like he's so excited. We get him like, "It's my first time" button.
Lightning lane.
Lightning lane, everything, everything, everything. He says, can I get a lightsaber and I'll pay you back when we get back?" And you're there and you don't know the next time you're gonna go. And again, I have all this like money saved up, and I was kind of like, okay. And a lightsaber is $237 when you
Because it's
build
the
one.
whole
Whole
experience.
experience. I
You're
got choked
paying
up during
for
this
the person
experience.
walking around. You're paying for all of the options because you are personalizing that lightsaber. It is not just a lightsaber, it is a core memory. I
Yes.
haven't gotten a lightsaber, Rachel,
Hmm.
when we have gone for
Hmm.
a reason. I am saving it for a special time. It might
We're,
be this point.
we're gonna go get lightsabers.
We're gonna get lightsabers. You know
Yes.
what color my crystal's gonna be? Red.
I knew you were gonna get a red
I'm
one.
taking these motherfuckers the fuck out.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yes. So he says, can I get a lightsaber? Can I get a lightsaber? And I'll pay you back when we get back. Once I get my
Lightsaber.
final like check and like time off,
It's for
everything
the
pay out from
dishes.
Target.
It's for dishes.
So then I was like, okay, because you're there. And I'm like, oh, okay,
Right. This is the happiest place. So you want
happiest
him
place on
to
earth.
like have all the
Sure.
memories.
I
And
want
then
you to have a great
also,
time.
like it is your comfort vacation. And
Hmm.
it hasn't been in a while
He
too. So
hasn't been in 30 years. I want him to like
have the
have a
memory.
great vacation.
Yeah.
When I go on vacation, I do not tell myself no. It is yes to everything. And I
Yeah.
also want to say, so I buy him a lightsaber, but I also have made one, I've planned this entire vacation, all the logistics, everything. I have got everything like planned out in a notes app. He knows everywhere we're going to go. I've bought the train tickets, like it is everything. I have made reservations. We are eating at Carthay Circle, like apps, drinks, dinner, dessert. And then, like the next day, we're eating at Wine Country Trattoria. Again, wine, drinks, like dinner, dessert. Like,
And let's not to mention, you guys were having the sex in the hotel room.
yeah.
So you guys were having good sex.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were on a Disney vacation. You guys were
Yeah.
eating good food. You were drinking excellent alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
he asked you for a lightsaber.
So I'm like, let me see. Carthay Circle was $200. Like,
Yeah.
I like when I vacation for anyone who ever takes me on vacation, like I vacation well.
Yeah.
I vacation well.
We're not meant to just
Mm-mm. I
be
do not. I would rather not go on a vacation than go on a cheap vacation.
exactly.
Hmm.
Same. Same, sis.
So, so I'm like, this is the kind of vacation I want. This is the kind of vacation I can afford. This is the kind of vacation I'm having. Come along with me so I can show you what it is like to live where I live and the kind of life I expect in the future. So, So we have a great time. We come back. It's so wonderful. We're planning on going back to Disneyland for my birthday in April. I've got a countdown timer on my phone as we speak. It's wonderful. Can't wait to go back. Okay. We'll just save up to go to the next one. We're so good. Excellent. Excellent. I can't wait to start like giving you $100 a month and we'll just like go and do. I was like, yes, we're so good. Yes. We're planning the next vacation. So we come back and his roommate situation, I guess the partner of his friend is upset that he quote unquote didn't have a job and then went on vacation. Which again, he didn't pay for anything on this vacation.
They don't know that.
They don't know that, but they're just
But
pissed.
what they do know is that he
He's
DoorDash
not paying rent, he doesn't have a job, and he went on vacation.
and he DoorDashes. So if he's on vacation, you know what he's not
He's not
doing?
making money.
Making money to pay rent. And
Yeah,
you
which he's not
this
paying.
isn't your thing.
What's up?
I said you didn't know this. You didn't
Yeah.
know all of that was brewing.
No. So when we get back, he goes back over to his place and they're like, you listen, you can't stay here. We'll give you 3 weeks. You have to be out by like the second week of July. And he was like, okay. So he comes back to here. And I said, oh, well, where are you going to go? Because you could stay here for a day or two. You cannot live here. We've established that. And he
Right.
knows that. But he has his ex-mother-in-law that lives down in Monument. And he says, I'm going to see if Lori can, if can I can stay at Lori's. And so he goes down there and he talks with her. And I've seen her house. She has a big house. Like she goes travels with her RV. She's a retired LAPD. Like she's on a pension. She does well. She's got a big
Yeah,
ass
she's good.
house.
She's good to go.
Yeah. So I've seen the room. I was like, okay. And I said, how much is Lori charging you for rent? And he was like, oh, nothing. She's not going to charge me anything. I was like, that's really nice of her.
That's so generous
That's so generous of her.
of her. Heavy
Hmm.
on the her
Her.
again.
Hmm.
Rage.
Yeah. So then I said, okay. So then he comes back after he sorts all this stuff out and he's staying the night. and I'm like unloading I'm like doing something in the kitchen, whatever. And then I can tell something's on his mind. And he says, "Can I borrow $400 for my car payment?" And I was like, "When do you need it by?"
No, that's
And he says tomorrow. Because again, it's like it didn't feel good. It felt really icky. And I wanted to tell him no. But then again, it's like, well, I do have it. Like, I didn't like this is someone you love. This is like, and then he was like tomorrow, and he was like sometimes they can like tack it on to the end of the loan or whatever, but they can't do that this time. But I was like, okay. So then I cash app him $400.
okay, okay, okay. How many days out from returning from your Disneyland vacation that you paid for are you at this point when he's asking you to make his car payment?
2 or 3. We got back on a Friday, and this was like Sunday.
Oh my God, that's so soon. Okay, continue.
And so, but then I just realized like, you're not paying rent. You didn't even have it. Like, like you, if DoorDash is your only form of income, which again, I am not shitting on that,
No,
but this is the
if
only
you're
way you
working,
can
if
earn
you're
your
actually
income.
working. Yeah.
Don't be in danger of getting your car repoed. I was like, you never had it. You never had it. The only thing that he ever bought on that trip was like a shirt from the brunch place we went to. That's the only thing he spent money on, and he bought something for himself. And so I was like, you never had it. You did not save up your money. You did not like the things I told you, like, this is not financial responsibility. And then let me put the caveat in here. When we were together the first time, he had drank this very expensive bottle of whiskey that we had had on the show. Shout
Mhm.
out Virginia Distilling Company, Courage and Conviction. And he said, "Oh, can I have some whiskey?" And I said, and then he's like, and I was like, "Well,
Hold,
I said, that's for the show." And he said, "I'll pay you back."
hold on. He drank your courage and conviction.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was something completely different. I didn't know he drank your courage and conviction.
He drank
Oh,
he drank the majority of the bottle.
in the tin, right? The nice, expensive
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. And
I'm
so I was
calling the
like,
distiller immediately.
I know. So then I was just like, and so when we got back together, I said, "I need you to pay me back for this bottle of whiskey. You said you would pay me back and you never have. And to be made whole, I need, in no uncertain terms, I was like, I need you to buy me, either pay me $80 or go to the store and buy me this bottle of whiskey. I would prefer if you went to the store and just bought me this bottle of whiskey." He says, I will. And he was like, "I haven't forgotten. You'll get it next week, next week, next week." We've been talking for 6 months at this point. Like we were talking in January. Like this is what I need. Yes. I had a birthday come up. You know what I'm saying? Like you had 6 months to come up with $80 for this bottle of whiskey
You could have brought that shit over at any point.
anytime. But you can buy all the vodka that you want.
That's crazy.
You can do whatever you want. So I am like, okay, you still said you'd owe me this bottle of whiskey that you never did, this $80. And now you owe me like $900 because it's 400 for the car. It's like $437 for the Disney and the lightsaber and the $80 bottle of whiskey that he was promised next week, next week, next week. I haven't forgotten next week. And I'm like, okay. And again, I'm not trying to micromanage. You tell me to trust you, I will. So at that point, it's like, if he didn't need the car payment, I could have dealt with being paid back with that. If it was not this vacation that I had just fucking paid for and and then he just needed the car payment, I think I could have abided with either. Shame on me. But I like to have both that you told me like, yeah, I'm good. And I was like, you never had it. And
not
now you're
yes.
putting me in a weird position that your car is going to get repoed if I don't pay for your car payment. So I gave him the money. And then at that point, I was like, and it was like, it's not about necessarily the money. It's about that the financial trust that we had been rebuilding was completely obliterated in that moment. Because again,
Oh,
I'm a generous person. I wanted to give him that experience. I wanted to give him that. But I also said, you need to be able to pay for these things. We researched how much a lightsaber was. We researched how much it
so
was.
he knew.
He knew that he needed to have that money, which he did not have in place. He didn't even have the full deposit that I needed from him, let alone like I'll pay you back later. And so I was like, now he owes me like $900 and I feel sick to my stomach. And I was at the point where I was just like, I can't. I had been so heartbroken emotionally because of that that I was like, I cannot move forward. And I felt like I had been financially abused with my own money. And I will like being and to be taken advantage of, like I want to shower you with gifts. I want to do those things. It's things that I want to do. But you
Yeah.
would now have asked me for money after I have paid all these things for you and you haven't even paid for your vacation. And it was like at that moment where I'm like, I checked out. Like I checked out. And do you have anything to say about this before I go into like my
Yeah,
emotional?
I am
Yeah. Okay.
you see me over here like
Yeah.
rocking and like trying to keep my opinions
I
in.
want to like take a beat before I get into like the breakup part.
Okay. There were so many red flags, like micro red flags, and I can see it on your face. You're like realizing as you're telling the story, like, that's a red flag I should have talked about. That's a red flag I should have talked about. That's a red flag. I can see it in your face. And I just want to highlight that you are recognizing that retroactively.
Hmm.
And had we communicated as friends,
Hmm.
I probably, as a friend, could have pointed them out further. So, the lesson here is we got to start being so much more open with our friends as women when it comes to like shit that is bothering us. Because, like, that vacation, all I heard about that vacation was Deadpool got a lightsaber. Everybody loved my bedazzled spirit jersey. We
Hmm.
had the best time. Like, you guys went to brunch, but and that's all I was hearing.
Hmm.
And now I'm hearing and this is like I'm hearing more details than I've heard prior to this. And now I'm hearing like you were literally in your head thinking about these things actively. And
Hmm.
genuinely, we got to remember that we need to bounce these red flags off of our friends so
Hmm.
that we can be like, hey, red flag.
And on that note, it's a really good point and I'm going to explain why I didn't speak to you about it. Because when it was going on and I felt really sick to my stomach and I didn't know what to do, I was dealing with it all by myself. And I
Yeah.
was doing that because I know that my friends like weren't super jazzed I got back together with Deadpool. But again, it was like it's not just my heart he broke theirs too. Like it will come in time. And that's the longer we're together, the more that they will learn to trust that this whole situation will not happen again. And so I was in a place where I didn't at that time I did not know if I was going to break up with him. So I didn't want to talk to you about this because I felt like how like for him to save face in front of my friends, I didn't want to like tear him down or like have to make excuses for him later. I was just like I just won't talk about it. Um which is another red flag where I don't want to talk about the things or like to isolate myself from talking about these things. And I had a lot of shame about it, about not being honest with you, which we've talked about off the show. Um, I just had a lot of shame of like, how did I get into this situation? How do I, this badass bitch that I am, how such a babe, like how do I have an unemployed homeless boyfriend?
I
What the
literally
fuck?
am also such a babe and also had an unemployed homeless fucking husband. The thing is that like that shame that came with it needs to be our alarm. If we are ashamed to tell our friends how our man's is treating us, how our man's is behaving, like the truth of it,
Hmm.
then that is the giant alarm. If you can't share with me, if I can't share, like if I could not share with you
Hmm.
how Sledgehammer treats me,
Hmm.
I would not be with Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I'm not with Snoop anymore. I
Hmm.
couldn't share I when I shared with you how it was,
Hmm.
everybody that I learned such a huge lesson being with Snoop because I shared everything that was going on with my girlfriends.
Hmm.
And my girlfriends now keep me accountable with what is happening and what has happened in the
Hmm.
past, but they're also like throw up the red flags for me. And I
Yeah.
think that's such an important point to make is that we have to continue to communicate with our girlfriends when shit is like, and like it's not like, oh, we bickered about what we put on what we rented that movie night. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's more about like, hey, I went on this trip and like I had to pay for everything and I'm feeling a certain kind of way about it. That would have sent up red flags for me. And because you didn't share, it took you a little bit longer to get there. And I
Hmm.
think that women need to be reminded like we have to share about things that are going on in our gut, other women.
Yeah. And
To hear that.
I was happy to pay for that vacation. It was just the fact that he did not pay his portion that he agreed to do it and then asked me for spending money on top of that.
On top.
Like, yeah. Like I was happy to pay for all the meals. I bought him his Pirates of the Caribbean hoodie, his little spirit jersey, whatever. We got them embroidered. I paid for
First of
that.
all, that hoodie is cool as fuck.
Hmm.
Every time he puts it on, he's gonna think about what a babe he lost. That hoodie
Yeah.
is cool as fuck.
Totally fine. Totally fine. But again, if any are a Disney credit card holder out there, because I'm just airing everything, I will not be hold any shame anymore. So it's like you can get different pictures on your Disney credit card and it won't change the number and you don't have to add someone to your account. So I was like, oh, I have my Maleficent card. That's the most beautiful card. And I was like, oh, while we're at Disneyland, if you want to go get churros, like if you want to go get these snacks, like here, you can have your Darth Vader card with my name on it. And so he like you can just hold it in your wallet and you can pay for things, but it's mine, you know. So I was just like, okay, it'll just be
Oh
for when
wait,
we're
he
at
had a
Disney.
copy of your card
Yeah.
and you put Darth Vader on it?
Yeah. I
Rachel.
know. And
Oh,
so like so I'm dealing with all this shame. I feel so stupid because again, as
you shouldn't
women,
feel stupid.
I really
He did that.
I
He
really
convinced you it was
feel
okay.
like we're planning a life together and a future together. Like, why not? And he had been showing up in a way that I had asked him to. So the trust had been re was being rebuilt. And so I was just like, okay, like this is fine. And so then I was like, if my girlfriend had come to me with this, I would have been like, dump his ass. And so I really went back and forth on whether or not I was going to break up with him, which is like, I didn't know how to talk about it. I didn't know how to like, deal with a lot of my feelings. Like when I'm saying I was sick with anxiety, I was crying, I was throwing up,
I
like
actually
I
remember
felt
that. I
so
remember
gross.
a period of time where I actually didn't really hear from you.
Hmm.
And it was leading up to this breakup. It was like
Hmm.
4 to 5 days. And I remember actually thinking, like, I'm from Rachel. Wow, she's okay. She just got back from Disney. She's probably like coming down
Because
from a hot.
yeah, because we got back on a Friday and I broke up with him the next Friday. So I had thought about it for a week. I did not come to this conclusion lightly because I loved him and that doesn't come easy for me.
It
And
doesn't.
I
I'm
was
even
like,
laughing because that's how women do. Like, we give you a little bit of a hint and then we just keep it all the way to ourselves. You
Yeah.
know?
And he was like, "Hey, I'd really like to make you a steak dinner. When can I see you again? I'll bring everything." And I said, "Oh, Friday. Out like I'm free on Friday night." And he said, "Okay." But I was like, "God." And here's what I went through. I was like, "Ugh, I do very much enjoy him in the sack." And so then it was more of like, do I want to start over with anybody else? Like, and I was like, no, I kind of don't want to start over with anybody else. I was like, I'm not going to break up with him. But then I was like, that's not fair. Like for
No.
me, because I was like, I will not buy a single thing moving forward. If he wants it, he has to buy it. But then I was like, okay, I have emotionally checked out of this relationship. I'm only keeping him around for the sex. Um, I and I was like, that's not fair, and I wouldn't want someone to do that to me. And that's not the caliber and type of relationship that I would want moving forward. So I was just like, no, I have to end this. And then I was thinking, because this is the epiphany that I had, that I looked back on other relationships like my marriage. And when the limey left, I was like, that fucking sucked. But in retrospect, I'm so thankful. And I'm so thankful I went through my divorce. I would do it 100 times over again, like 1,000 times. Yes, I'm so glad it sucked, but I'm glad I went through it. And I'm glad that relationship ended. When the Eagle broke up with me, I was like, God, this fucking sucks. But I'm so glad that he did, because that is not the caliber of partner that I would truly want. And I'm so glad that those relationships have come to an end. And so I just thought to myself, this is going to suck, me ending this, because I have never felt more comfortable in my own skin. I have never felt more emotionally safe, more physically safe. Like, I truly enjoyed this relationship, but I had come to a point that I could not come back from. And this beautiful relationship ended because he needed $400. That's what this relationship cost him, is $400. And so I had just made it up to my mind that I was like, this is going to suck, but one day I will be glad that I ended it and I advocated for myself. And so I slept on it, and I wanted to make sure that it felt okay. And we had talked a little bit, but you could tell there was like some space in our relationship, kind of, because I saw him, like, we talked on like that Thursday night, and he had I told him that Widow almost got bit again by another dog, and it was really triggering. And he was like, "Why didn't you tell me?" And I was like, "Oh, I was really tired." But it's like, I don't want to tell you. I don't want to come to you with anything anymore. You broke that trust, and I don't know how we're going to come back from it.
Oh, I feel safe in
And
his space.
so then when I had decided to break up with him, I canceled my credit card, and then I sent the text. So I can read everything to you.
Want you
That's what we're
to.
doing.
I haven't heard this for our
Okay.
listeners. I have not heard the entirety of this text.
So when I when he had been drinking the night before, and
Surprise.
he sent me two rather rude texts. And he says, so this is Thursday, the day
Wait,
before.
wait, wait, wait. Before you read
Ooh,
this,
okay.
I want to clarify that
Mhm.
the night before that Thursday, he absolutely had been drinking. They were on TikTok live,
Mhm.
and
Join.
I
Yeah.
saw you guys.
Mhm.
I joined, but before I joined, he was acting super fucking weird and also real drunk.
Mhm.
And when I saw that, I was like, "Ooh, I know Rachel does not like that." And then he had said something along the lines like he had referenced his own brother who was in the TikTok live
Mhm.
in like, the chat section, and he
Mhm.
was like, "Jackie would fuck my brother," whatever his fucking name is. I don't even remember. And like my immediate thought was like when you guys first broke up, he called me a whore, trying to
Mhm.
hurt my feelings.
Mhm.
And then he says this, like trying to make a joke. And then he was like, "Oh, I know she'd fuck him because he looks like me." Like, no,
It was so
dude.
weird. Yeah.
It was so weird. Like, first of all, you're not my type, so no the fuck I wouldn't.
Mhm.
No the fuck I wouldn't. Two, you're so embarrassing for my friend right now. Like, you're just on TikTok live saying some shit like that.
Mhm.
You guys could have had 5 viewers, but you also could have had 500 at any moment. That's just how TikTok works. It just will drive people. And for him to say some shit like that,
Mhm.
oh, I was mad, but I was like, I could see in your face when he was saying like whatever it is he was saying, you literally were like, you're gonna get broken up with.
Yeah, like I had
You're
decided at that point.
Oh, you had decided. I could see it retrospectively, like retroactively, I could see in your face you were done.
Yeah. And so when he was like, "Why didn't you talk to me?" And so I was like, "I was just really tired and I just want to take a shower and I just want to go to bed." So he texts me, "You know what's really shitty? You didn't text me at all last night. Clearly you have no respect for me. I just don't get it. I have loved you in all the best ways, but you don't even seem to think of me in the moments I wish you would. I'm not just some yes man for you." I did not write back. I'm not going to have a fight over text messages with someone who is drunk. That is not
Uh,
me. I was like, so I was just like, I'm gonna go to bed. My phone is on silent. We're not doing that.
what a weird message to send.
So at 8:50 the next morning, he says, I am very sorry for these very rude texts. I was frustrated and handled it very poorly. You are a wonderful woman and have been very supportive and loving to me. I am so grateful for you in my life. Again, I am so very sorry.
I don't give a single fuck anymore. If
And
you're so
and at
very
that
sorry.
point, like you write me these really rude texts, that is not acceptable to me. If you listen to You're Dead to Me Part One, like I will not be tolerated
You
to,
put
I will
it
not
in
tolerate.
writing.
Yeah.
You put it in writing. Words, words mean something.
I'm a literal person. I will
No.
not do it. Mm-mm.
First and foremost, words mean something. You put some shit like that in writing,
Hmm.
I accept it. I accept it
Accept.
immediately because you are putting that energy behind every single word you speak to me, which means you fucking mean it.
You mean it.
You mean it.
So, um, a day before this, he's like, he's earlier in the week, he was like, I'm gonna send you 500 bucks tomorrow. And I was like, why don't you just send me $500 and don't tell me because I don't believe it. So he had sent me $500. So, but again, he owed me $900. He owed me over $900. So I was just like, okay, that's really nice. I got $500 back. Like he has paid for his Disney trip and his lightsaber ish.
He
Like,
hasn't really paid for his Disney trip, but okay.
so. So I am resolved. And again, I have not spoken to you about this at all. You have no idea what's going on. I decide to cancel my credit card and then I
You
immediately send
woke
it back.
up and
I
you canceled that shit.
I can't because I was like, yeah, I'm not going to ask for it back because he can't use it, but he also has access to those numbers, a 3-digit pin on the back.
He
Like,
had a credit card that you put what Darth Vader on. It was
yeah,
your credit
my
card.
card, yeah. Because I was like, oh yeah, I could just have like the whole villain series. I was like, oh, I didn't get it for him. I just got it because I could like have a bunch.
I know.
Yeah.
I
But
know.
he
But
just like, hold on to this for our vacation, but he never
if
gave it
if
back.
you were in a partnership, like a genuine partnership, like that would make sense. Like if I got a credit card and I put Maleficent on mine and then
Hmm.
I put another one as Darth Vader and then handed it to Sledgehammer,
Hmm.
that would make sense. That is a partnership.
Yeah.
Whatever he spent on it, he would have been like, here's the Cash App. This
Yeah.
is what I spent on it. Put it on
Hmm.
the credit card.
Yeah.
You got the whole villain series, handed it to him at Disneyland, and he just thought, that's it. I'm in control.
Yeah.
I
So
can ask for what I want.
when we come back, does not give it to me. I haven't asked for it, but he like doesn't give it to
He
me.
doesn't fully he should have handed it he
So,
should have handed it to you on the plane.
hmm so I This is what I wrote to him. So I immediately cancel my credit card and then I send this text and I say, "Hi. This is really hard for me to say because I do sincerely love you, but I've come to a difficult decision, one that's had me sick with anxiety the past few days. In just the last 2 weeks, you've asked to borrow money for your car payment after still not finishing paying your vacation balance, and you've added to the tab with the Disneyland lightsaber. On top of that, I'm still waiting on the bottle of whiskey you promised after our first breakup, something you've repeatedly said would come, quote, next week for over 6 months now. I really want to stress that this isn't just about the money, it's about trust. And unfortunately, the trust we were working so hard to rebuild has been broken again, especially around finances. At this point, I'm deeply in the negative when it comes to that financial trust, and I don't think I can emotionally come back from how this has made me feel. As much as it's killing me inside, I have to honor my own principles and quietly say goodbye. The few things of yours that were here will be out front. Please leave my key under the mat. Here's a screenshot of the remaining things you said you would pay me back for, and I truly wish only the best things for you." And then I sent him a screenshot of that his new total he owes me is $417, which he has not paid. And so, like, I then as soon as I sent that to you, I immediately called you, FaceTimed you crying.
Yes. And first of all, you Marco Polo'd me. Didn't you?
No, I called you.
No, you FaceTime me. That's right. That's right. That's right. I remember you FaceTime me immediately, and I was like,
Mhm.
it's early in the day.
I needed my girl. I needed my
As
girl.
soon as I saw your FaceTime come through, and I was like, it is early. What is going on? And then you said I broke up with Deadpool, and I was like, yes, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know, right?
Fuck yeah. Yeah, she's a god. She like it seemed like you like this was the real thing. Before I
Mhm.
didn't feel like I felt like, oh, he's gonna be able to Hoover back in for
Yeah.
sure.
Hmm.
And this isn't the first time he's Hoovered back in. This
Yeah,
is the
no,
second.
it's not. I will say, so we were sharing locations. When I was talking with you, I was like, I wonder where he is. I was like, oh my God, he's outside the apartment. He's outside the
Because
apartment right now.
you told him straight up, like,
Your stuff's outside.
your stuff's outside.
Hmm.
It's gonna be there. And then literally exactly 45 minutes later, and we are on either Marco Polo or
We
FaceTime.
were, yeah, we were still FaceTiming.
You were like, and then you switched the there he is
Mhm.
whisper. You switched the phone around and I could see his fucking ass putting his shit into his unair conditioned janky ass
About to be repoed car.
about to be.
And yeah, so then he left the key, still has a credit card, and he took his little Disney
Oh wait,
backpack.
he left the key and kept the credit card.
Yeah, he didn't leave that.
What a fucking piece of
And
shit about.
again, I want to say, like, he did not write me back to that.
Nope.
I have not heard from him since then. I want to say that is the right thing to do. I
Yeah.
then blocked him on everything, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, all three of his TikToks, everything. I blocked him everywhere. I have not blocked his messages because I know men, I hear they have their crash out 1 to 3 months later, and I'm looking forward to that because this gets into the next thing. So I blocked him everywhere. And so then I am just bedazzling on a Saturday. I've got my glass
Chilling.
of ice wine.
We love ice wine on a
I'm
summer day.
drinking my ice wine on a nice summer day. I'm bedazzling my new Villains Disney Spirit jersey. I'm here for it.
Beautiful.
And so I'm like, I like to scroll on TikTok as I do this. And so he comes up in a live.
Because he's always live. Because let's preface this
Hmm.
man went viral once
Hmm.
when TikTok back during COVID. And
Hmm.
when you went viral in COVID, you got basically all of the followers that you went
Hmm.
viral with.
Yeah.
Okay. I know this because I immediately got to 50,000 as soon as I joined during COVID, went viral, got 50,000. Okay.
Hmm.
He has been trying to bring back these followers ever sense. Like
Mhm.
he does the like duet this and then he like lip syncs something and he's super
And here's the thing.
gay about it. And I mean it in a derogatory way when I say that.
Here's the thing. He is actually very good at voices. He can do a really good, great Kronk.
Great.
We call him Deadpool because he sounds just like
Sounds
Deadpool.
just like
And
Deadpool. And
I
he's a
have
great
given,
Kronk.
if I'm going to shit on him even more for a second, I have given him, we have given him so many good ideas for social media. I created a YouTube channel for him where he could
I
just
told
like
him to go
read
live.
books, go live, like really speak in your voice to know that you are the one to go for Deadpool voiceovers.
Yeah,
Do it. Yes.
but he wouldn't.
No. And I have written this man two resumes. And I was like, I don't believe you applied those jobs that I made these, that I'm giving up my time for. I am over here with
Two
fucking four
resumes.
jobs.
Two
I have a big girl job. I also,
resumes. I had to
mhm,
leave. I'm so mad
I
about
know.
that.
I have a big girl job in tech. I also do nails. I also build websites for small businesses. And I'm about to start an Etsy shop to be like glitterly fabulous bedazzlement. Send me your
All your
jerseys,
Disney
ladies.
stuff.
Yes, Disney stuff.
Send the Disney shit
Yes.
to Rachel.
I'm a
She's gonna
bedazzle
be
it.
the Basil Queen.
I'm over here hustling, trying to stack my cash when this man can't even stay out for 3 hours doing DoorDash. So I like that. I'm like at the end of my fucking rope with him.
I'm at
So
the
then, so we're in this live. We're in this live, right? Well, I don't
the
go
one
into the
I
live. I'm
joined
just
in.
watching the live. What's that?
Oh no, that one. Okay. I continue.
So it's Saturday. It's not his live. It's through our mutual Katie's live. So he is the guest, but he came up. So I can see it. I'm not inside the live, but I am watching from outside. And I don't know how long this live had.
FYP
Yeah, it's on my FYP.
where you click on it.
And I don't know how long the live had gone on. I don't know if they had talked about the breakup. I don't know any of that. There's no way to know. But what they were talking about is how he had mentioned like, yeah, I had a date. So keep in mind, I broke up with him Friday morning. And this is the next day, Saturday. This is like 30 hours later.
Oh, you mean how many days after he visited your father's grave?
A week later.
Maybe
Yeah.
7 days.
Yeah. Keep in mind, 7 days after he had visited my father's grave asking
And
for his
you guys are
blessing.
broken up, but he had just
We were
visited your
broken up.
father's grave with an
Correct.
intention.
Yes. He needed an alone moment with my father. So I am watching from the outside on this live, and he was saying how, yeah, I just joined Facebook dating and I connected with like four people, but there was one, this girl Kelly, I had this really strong connection with. We just had to meet right away. They go out to Perry's Pizza. And then he's like, we were talking for like 2 hours. And then he's like, it's just so nice when someone kisses you with passion. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
First of
But
all, you went to on a pizza place lunch date for a couple of hours. Why?
a late lunch date. Yeah.
Why Deadpool? Is it because you're fucking broke?
Because like hours after I'd broken up with him. And then he says, and keep in mind that he'd asked me to make
Oh,
me a
she
steak
kisses you
dinner.
passionately.
And then he was like, yeah, she's coming over here tomorrow night, which would be that Sunday, to his ex-mother-in-law's house. And he says, I'm gonna make her a steak dinner. Okay.
You mean with the groceries he did not
That
buy?
your mother-in-law bought? Yeah. Yeah. So I was just like, okay, I've officially had it. So then I went and like blocked Katie because I was like, and nothing against her. I just can't see it. That is not healthy for my mental health. So I was just like, I did have a bit of a crash out because I was like, Jackie, and you talked me out of it. You talked me down.
I
It was
did,
so wonderful.
as a
Thank you
friend
so
should.
much, as a friend should. But I was just like, I was up and down a lot because again, like this is someone that was very important to me. And
Yeah.
then it's like, you are broke and cheap. You have just cheapened our relationship. You cheapened everything by going on a date six
The
hours. You
same
could not be
day.
left alone for 6 hours. You couldn't sit in the uncomfortableness for 6 hours and you had to go get a rebound or like a someone to like, so you, this is why it's like women are not rehab centers for emotionally unavailable men
Yeah.
because he wants her to fix him.
Yeah, he wants any woman he has
Anyone to fix him.
contact with
You would think that
to
he'd be
fix
like,
him.
I'm gonna go
And
work
not
this
only
out in therapy. No.
literally not only to fix him, but to like take care of him
Yeah.
emotionally. Like
Yeah.
handle him with baby toddler hands. He
Yeah.
could be alone for more than an hour. He was
And
on apps looking for a fucking date.
yeah. And it's like, oh, we have to
I
meet. And I was like, you cheapened it. You cheapened the fact that I did bring you to my father's grave. That means nothing now. Like, how fucking dare you?
let me
Act
black
like
out.
you love me.
You need
Stop
to
it.
black out that memory, sis. You
Yeah,
need to
for
black out that.
sure. For sure. And
Oh my.
so I was like, let me get off this live. I can't be watching this. But I was just like, but then I had, sidebar, I had also thought about going into therapy myself just for maintenance and to like move into the next level of myself. And
Yeah.
so this was kind of the catalyst. So I have done my intake with a new therapist. I start therapy in 2 weeks. I am very, very excited. But it's also like, when I'm sitting around in my beautiful apartment, and so it's just more of like the lease is in my name, this beautiful apartment's in my name, the checks going into my bank account are in my name. Like I have wonderful friends that really have had my back through all this. And I was like, it's so hard to glow up when you're doing so good already. And then on like the last like breakup episode number one, like we know that I've been on a weight loss journey. Like I'm down 30 pounds. Like I am the
You're
hottest I
literally
have been
fumbling. You're fumbling this hot bitch at her hottest.
after she just took you on a fucking vacation
It's
of a
literally crazy.
lifetime.
The lifetime. That's
Stop
crazy
it.
to me. That's crazy.
Crazy. Crazy.
You're in
So like I hear,
one of the
yeah.
hottest, bitch, smartest,
Hmm.
sexiest bitches.
Hmm.
When she's on her weight loss journey. Like,
And not that that really matters.
no,
I am
no,
a
no,
like a
no, no,
so-called
no.
fox and a
But
cat.
here's the thing. Here's what's gonna happen. Like weight loss journey or not, you're going to like evolve. You're gonna like break free of whatever it has been holding you back, and you are just going to thrive like crazy because two reasons. One, you've lost this physical weight that has
Hmm.
been you. I know that mentally it holds women back, right? So
Hmm.
this physical weight has been holding you back.
Hmm.
But now this actual metaphorical weight is gone. 200 pounds of negative,
I'm 230 pounds lighter is what it is.
230 pounds lighter from
Mhm.
negativity. And like you're gonna not only lose this bitch while she's like on the up and
Mhm.
up, like you are literally climbing that mountain. So goddamn, you are crazy.
But also, one of my friends checked in with me that Saturday morning, and she had been like, "Hey,
Immediately
I
after.
just want to
Immediately
check in
after.
with you. Is everything okay?" And I was just like, what's?" She's like, "Deadpool is writing some crazy shit on Facebook,"
On
and
Facebook.
I was like, I don't ever check Facebook. Plus, I blocked him, so I wouldn't run into this. I wouldn't
So
see a
what
sad
is it?
Patty. So he said. You couldn't be the Adrian to my Rocky.
Oh my God, nerd.
So you bounced. LOL, bye, bitch. Your loss, not mine. And he liked his own comment.
No, but I saw this screenshot. He
Mhm.
liked all three of his fucking stupid ass statuses.
He
Everybody could
did.
see it. It's so weird and so like,
And then he said, moving on, LMAO, your loss, not mine. And I was like, okay, someone's projecting. That's totally fine. I was like, I had already mourned this loss like for a week at this point, like we're
that's what
fine.
we do. That's what
And
we do.
then my friend said like, "Hey, he went back. He erased the Adrian comment, the Adrian Rocky comment." And I was like,
Yeah.
"I don't want to be an Adrian to your Rocky. Like he walks all over her."
Yeah,
Like
just
I'm not about it. And so I was just like, if that's the
he's
kind of
super
relationship you're hoping
abusive.
for.
And
Yeah.
he pointed it out in the live about
Yeah.
how Rocky is super abusive to Adrian. And
Yeah.
now he's like, you couldn't be the
You
Adrian to my
I didn't want to
no,
be.
I will never be the Adrian to your Rocky. Absolutely not.
I
And
am not
that's
going to
probably
be,
why you're so fucking intimidated by me, because I could never be.
and I'm not your Adrian. I don't want to be your Adrian. And it was like, and
I'm nobody's fucking Adrian. How about that?
I will not be financially abused with my own money.
That's
Because
wrong.
here's the thing, like finance, and we'll talk about it in another episode coming up, but it's like financial abuse is not just like someone keeping resources from you, but it's also like, okay, say we live together and he's like, oh, I can't pay the rent. Well, the rent still needs to be paid. So again, like you're hustling, you're doing it. Like you still want to have a home. So you're going to pick up the slack. Like that is how someone financially abuses you with your own money.
Yeah.
I clocked it as soon as I knew to. But I was like, you're driving your car right now because of me. He still owed me $417. And also, like, if men start their healing journey a month to 3 months later, like, I'm going to be so good in a month from to 3 months from now.
Oh my God, you're
I'm
gonna
good.
be
And I
thriving.
do feel like I have not blocked him on text. He could still text me. He could write me a letter. He could email me, but like he can't get to me on social medias. But it's like I also like I don't care if you blocked me. I don't care to text. Like I don't need it. And I don't regret my decision. I am 10 toes down, full chest. Like, and then of course, like I have to go through like when we got back together and tell everyone, oh, we're back together. We worked it out. I felt so stupid. And then I had to go like 2 months later to be like, I dumped him. I dumped his ass. Like, we don't need that anymore. Like, we broke up again. And then they're like, for the last time? And I was like, yeah, yeah. Like, no, I am no contact. No. And any way I could see him, because again, if I just wanted to like maybe keep an eye on it, I could have stayed friends with that Katie girl online, but I was like, no, no, I do not want to see you. You
Eat.
are cheap.
Yeah.
You are emotionally cheap. You have
Emotionally
cheapened
cheap.
my love, and I
Yep.
am not cheap. I am expensive. Everything about me is expensive, and I will not be dragged down.
I love that. I love that. Everything about you is very expensive. And I'm really, really, really glad that you've learned the lesson that, like, if a man doesn't recognize that, then he really genuinely is not.
Absolutely not. And we've gone back and forth
Doesn't
on whether
matter how good the sex is.
yeah, because and this is where it was kind of this lack mindset of like, what if I never find anyone that I enjoyed as much as him? And
What
then I
did
was
I say?
like, and then I said, that's lack. There are like 40 million eligible
What
bachelors.
did I say? What did I say? I said, the line is longer than you think it is.
Yeah.
And there is absolutely a line. I
Hmm.
promise. You're going to think, oh, I've got 10 men who just definitely want to like take me out to dinner. And
Hmm.
then you're going to get rid of 4 or 5. And then you're going to realize there's 12 more in line.
Yeah.
That's the best part of it, is like, not only did he lose you like as you're ascending, like you're not even at your best. We both agree that you're not at your best. We are
No.
constantly ascending to who
Hmm.
we are meant to be. And you're going to lose that?
You're gonna fumble
That's
it.
crazy. You're going to work your ass off to make sure that that stays in your life. That's crazy,
Mhm.
Rachel. If I were dating you, and this is me saying that as your best friend, I would be outside your goddamn house with a fucking boombox in the rain.
Yes. Yes.
In the rain.
Hmm.
And for him to fucking talk about he's gonna fucking go out with a goddamn another woman, not even
Go
20
ahead.
hours,
You're
fine.
her problem now.
That actually reinforced your decision.
Hmm.
And you were just like, that's all I needed to
All I
hear.
needed. Yeah. Yeah. Enjoy your lightsaber. But
Enjoy
it
fucking lightsaber, you little
it's
fucking.
when he texts me after his crush out, I will be like, to carry on this conversation, the going rate is $417.
Turns out, and I have a cash app. Here's my cash app.
Yeah, because here's the thing, $417 is nothing to me. I mean, yeah, but it's like I got it. I'm good. You want $400? I'm good. That's why you asked me, because
If
you
I
know I'm financially
genuinely,
responsible.
exactly, if I wanted to carry around cash,
Hmm.
400 bucks would be the amount that I would carry around.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you have to fucking DoorDash.
I have an
Get
over
that.
800 credit score. I worked very hard to get that after I was
What
financially
makes
ruined
you
after my
think?
divorce. What makes
Exactly.
you, I told him I will never be broke again. And I'm
Nor
not going to be with a broke ass
you
man.
know what? Nor will you ever be with a broke ass man ever the fuck again. Can
No,
I get
because
a year?
when I get back on these apps, which I'm not excited to do, however, tall men only. And I think we're going to join the league. So everyone is in a financial echelon at that point. And I'm like,
Yep,
yeah, all I'm asking is to match energy. And on the league is where we can do that.
absolutely. Ooh,
So yeah, I was like, I am going to swipe on the hottest men that I can find.
there's pretty hot ones on the league. I really enjoyed the league.
And like I live in Denver, obviously. So it's called Menver because there's a lot of men here.
There is, but they're all whores.
Mm.
So prepare yourself.
I
You're
do
gonna
have
have
a
to
very
tap
significant
in.
vetting
You got
process.
to tap into the dark feminine that I have tapped into so that you can just use them for what they are good for.
Mm-hmm.
In Menver. I've heard
Mm-hmm.
about Menver.
Mm-hmm. So here's the thing, what we decided, it is because I am 42, be alert,
Yep.
and it will be 30 to 55 in a 30-mile range. So that'll get part of Colorado Springs. I'll get part of Denver. I'm very excited. So I was just like,
30
bring it
to
on.
51.
Cardi B just dropped the song of the summer, and we are outside. I'm so
Yeah.
small and tiny. He's so
He's
big and
so big and
tall.
tall.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
love it. Are you ready for the cards that literally leapt out during
Yeah,
this
damn right I am.
during this breakup story? Listen, I don't even
Yes.
need to knock 3 times. I have 2 sets of 3 ready to go.
Oh, okay.
Let
The
me tell
spirit has
you,
been
they are
blessing these
literally
cards.
so freaking powerful.
Mm.
I I can't even. So first of all, mid-story, 2 of Pentacles. Okay. Look at this. As you're telling your story
Hmm.
about breaking up with this man. Now, granted, audience, she has been with this man for what, like a year and a half
Yeah,
on it.
on and on, about a year and a half. Yeah.
So there is a little bit of like history behind it. But like you see how he's got both of his arms out,
Hmm.
how there's a little bit of like a balance,
Hmm.
like a game of balance. That's basically what's happening here.
Okay.
You've evened out what is supposed to happen.
Hmm.
You have you had like a lot of upheaval happening in your life. So this I feel like is like, yeah, she's balanced it out now. Now she's really, really ready to go. And in response to that is this seven of swords.
Seven
Look
of
at
Swords. Okay.
look at
That
look at
crow.
this crow grasping this like orb. It's about balance, like balancing your priorities,
Hmm.
who you are, what you want. So like if you have gotten red, like this is for the listeners. If you have been with us for a minute and you know you're going through a change and you've gotten rid of a lot of like shit that just doesn't suit you, it's because this is what you are becoming. You are becoming that equilibrium, the true self of who you are. And you've been balancing shit for so long that adapting to the change of like the crumbling past is almost like a profession. You see how like perfectly balanced this crow is.
Hmm.
So you get rid of all of this energy in your life. You are balanced. You are ready to take on whatever life has going on. Whatever life has, whatever your life path it has planned. And the final card in this, these are the ones that jumped out again while
Okay.
you, right? So
Hmm.
this is the King of Pentacles. Can you see how he's
Mhm.
just like chilling in his throne?
Yeah.
But again, you see
Up
how I'm holding.
inverted.
Yep, it's inverted. So let me look this up. Okay. This is about maybe turning like a warning. You've learned a lesson. Don't turn this blind eye again. Don't turn this blind eye again. You're balancing everything after, okay, this, you have brought the world, the shit that has been in your life into balance. You have become a professional at it. And now you just need to make sure that not only do you not focus on all that bullshit that has happened in the past, but you look towards your future because you are knowledgeable. You have learned that lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like what's making you the most powerful. It's like you've gotten rid of all of the people that are sending you the evil eye in your life.
Yeah.
And now you're like, I got you. It's fine. I'm gonna sit on my throne and I'm gonna have a good ass fucking life. And
I,
ain't nothing getting in my fucking way. As she touches her crown,
I've got my crown on right now, queen.
I know
Mm.
that's fucking right. And so that one is specifically for you. But I I want to talk to you a little bit about the second group of cards.
Okay.
So like as you were talking, cards were just kind of like flipping over and jumping out and like these three jumped out almost like when we were talking about the end of your story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you had come through it, you were talking about it, you were talking about the lessons that you had learned from being with this person for so long. So first and foremost, this is the Queen of Wands.
Mm.
Literally.
Yeah.
Queen of Wands. So Queen of Wands gives you like this. I know exactly what I'm doing and why I came here, and I am here with all of the power.
Mm-hmm.
And it basically what it means is it's like I have the courage, I have the determination, I have the stamina. And because I have all of that, I have the joy in my own existence. Right. So, like, if you're dealing, maybe I feel like not dealing with somebody who is financially abusive or just abusive in general,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this reading is genuinely for people women, not people, specifically women who have gotten out of it.
Yeah.
You had the courage, you had the determination, you read the situation correctly, and you got the absolute fuck out of it. Second card. Oh, dude, look at this guy. Like he's got the staff with the crow. He seems very like I have everything figured out. I'm basically in charge of all of it. So in Murder of Crows, this is the Emperor. This is about authority. This is about control. This is about structure. I've gotten rid of everything that has held me back, and now I have authority over my entire life. That's that second card.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have the ability to make decisions. I have ability to make change. And now's the fucking time. All right. And final card is going to be the Two of Swords. And like, look at her. She's blindfolded. She's got the two crows
Mhm.
on on her hands. And she almost is like, I can trust what's gonna happen. There's a little bit of like road splitting,
Yeah.
but she trusts the path that she's on.
Hmm.
It's about difficult choices. It's about indecision. It's about just trusting your gut and going for it, right? So
Hmm.
you've gone through this entire metamorphosis, and now you're like, all right, the path is forked in front of me. It's time to allow fate, Jesus, take the wheel, fate to take over and take me to my next step in my path.
Yeah. I believe in myself.
I believe in myself. I know what I am capable of. None
Mhm.
of this shit that's behind me is going to affect my future.
No.
Let's do it. Let's
Hmm.
go. It's like that shit that I say all the time. My life is an adventure. I can't wait to see what happens next. I can't wait till the universe is like, hey, this is why that door closed.
Hmm.
All the time. All the time. Can't wait to see what's going on. So those are the readings. I pulled so many cards
Yeah.
while you were talking. I feel like Spirit has really told you, like, hey, this is a great idea. All of this is good. All
Hmm.
of this is meant to be.
Yeah.
And if you're going through like a big, big change, a breakup, a job loss, you're not one alone, but two, Spirit is really telling me, like, hang in there. This is actually what is meant to happen. Great things are coming next. Get excited.
Yeah.
Get excited.
I'm really excited.
As hard
What's
as it
even
feels,
better, I
as
don't
hard as
miss
it
him.
feels like to be thankful and get excited for what the future is.
Yeah. I am very thankful that I advocated for myself and I didn't
Yeah.
just take the easy way out and just let it keep happening
Yeah.
and just been like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's fine.
It's fine.
Mm,
No, fuck that.
mm.
Fuck that.
I
Also,
believe you fumbled me, you fuck, you dumb fuck.
as a piggyback to this entire episode,
Yeah.
talk to girlfriends all the time about
Yes.
what is happening in your relationship. If you're like, that's not right,
Hmm.
save face. Talk to your girlfriends
Yeah.
about
That really could have saved me a lot of time and money in the past.
same.
Love you.
Same. It could have literally saved me so much heartbreak if I was just like, hey, this is what's going on. And because I learned that, I was able to tell my girlfriends when shit was happening. And I'm
Hmm.
like, this is what's going on. And you guys were all like, that's not right. Get the fuck out of there. And
I
it's
didn't,
to me.
if I would have given someone's advice of like dump his ass, I was like, I need to dump his ass.
Yep.
Like, if that's what I would give the advice of someone, like, no, he's financially abusing you, or at least financially manipulating you.
Mhm.
You need to be, you
Get out of
can't. I need someone on my level, and nothing else will do.
Literally, no, you don't need somebody on your level. You need somebody above your level to inspire you to
Hmm.
continue on your path.
I need a
That's
man
always
that
been.
is fully potential. No
Yeah,
potential.
he's
Potential.
reached his potential.
Hmm.
I don't need none of that. Oh, I'm on my way bullshit. Fuck that. I
Mm-mm.
need to see what you've done. I want to be
Yes.
inspired by what you've done. I want to do what you've done, but show me that you've done it.
Hmm.
We're women of, as Miss Francis would say, we are women of a certain age,
In a certain caliber.
a
Hmm.
certain caliber. Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
So so many lessons.
I love you so much.
I love you so much. I'm so glad you're out of that. Now we can have fun. Summertime.
Summertime is here.
Here's the summer.
Woo! Mm.
Let's tell
Well,
everybody about Patreon.
yes, ma'am, we sure will. If you like more episodes like this, early releases, and all the behind the scenes hot goss
The
that we
gossip.
don't really put on
Let's
the
be honest about
podcast.
the gossip right now.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie is on a specific app,
Mm-hmm.
people in a specific lifestyle, and I've been really, for lack of a better word, sledding out. So if you really want all the details, the
Hot
Patreon.
juicy details. Yes. Patreon is where to go. So details are linked below, and it is $3.95 a month. It's not a lot to you, but it means the world to us if you
That's
support
right.
us. We love you so much. And yeah, so we get early release episodes, spicy behind the scenes details, and everything is wonderful over there on the Patreon. You get Choni's Chonkless Cheese May. Those are the good episodes.
Oh, those are the those are the ones filled with all the deets.
All the deets, unedited for sure.
I'm
But
listening to our Patreon upcoming is going to be better than some of this book talk nonsense. Trust me, because everything you guys are reading about, I am living.
Jackie's doing for real.
I am
And I'm about to get released back into the wild. So it's gonna get so good. Yes. So
doing.
$3.95. Details are linked below. Jackie, are you ready to go talk more hot goss over on the Patreon?
Am I? Am I ever?
Well, I'll see you guys over there. Thank you so much for listening to another fantastic and fabulous episode of Whiskey Bent
Spellbound with black.
and Whitefield.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.